I've spent the last 24 hours looking through every bit of information I have at my disposal. I pinged out all my Discords, I asked the Reddit, I even put a video out asking my YouTube subscribers to help me solve this Diablo Immortal conspiracy theory. If you don't know what I'm talking about, let me explain it. And I drilled down and I found the answer. So in the game, at the moment, there is 2 intelligence-based classes. These intelligence-based classes can get invocations, no problem, on 5 out of 6 of the item spots. But the 6th item spot has been in contention that they were not able to get their invocations to trigger the ancestral property actually on this primary weapon. So what I did was, like I said, I asked every single person I knew, go find me a screenshot of a wizard or a necromancer with intelligence-based invocations on it, that you can actually have an invocation on an intelligence class, and here's what I found. The first thing that happened was people started sending me screenshots of invocations on normal wizard gear. They sent me pictures of, here's an invocation on an offhand, here's an invocation on a chest plate. That's not what I was trying to find. They thought I meant offhand or main weapon only. And there was a whole bunch of DMs for this one, so I had to filter all of the invocations out. You can get invocations on 5 out of the 6 spots. We're specifically looking for primary weapon only. So then after that one, I received these ones, which were, okay, well, here's a primary weapon and it has an invocation and it's on intelligence class. This is necromancer. Yes, but it's a reservist piece of gear. You see, what can actually happen in this game is if you're a strength class, let's say you're a monk with an invocation on a primary weapon, because again, this is intelligence-based classes. Necromancer and wizard only are the ones who only on the primary weapon are not having invocations. If you're a monk, you can take a strength weapon or whatever that has an invocation, and when you class change, it becomes a reserve gear, and these invocations will come with you, meaning you can be crusader, monk, demon hunter, whatever base strength class here, barbarian, and when you transfer, you will be able to have an invocation. So it has to both be a primary weapon, not an offhand, not any of these other spots, and it cannot be a reserve piece of gear. So then I started receiving these ones.
Keep looking. It's out there. It is fucking out there.
So then I start getting DMs from people who don't know what an invocation are. So I started getting screenshots of people showing their ancestral property. Now, the problem with that one, that right there is a wizard item and it has a property on it. But the problem is we're not looking for properties. You see, we do not want a property. If you actually look in the game, properties absolutely can be on these items. Properties can absolutely be on these items. So if you go look at the challenge rift, you'll find many properties on people that have good items on their weapons. The problem is we're not looking for properties. Properties are something that everyone can have on their weapon and go into here. We're specifically, once again, only looking for these invocations because these absolutely can appear on strength items. They're just not appearing on intelligence items. So you might say, okay, well, you pinged out the Discord, you pinged out the Reddit. What did those come to? Reddit was more the same. People were saying it was bugged. We had a couple people, if you scroll down, they were like, this is fake, etc. And then they found out later on that they, again, were falling prey to the same things I've already showed. That's ancestral property. A couple people said they found one, but there was only for reservists, etc. So the Reddit itself was not able to find, all of Reddit was not able to find a single screenshot of this also. Now, that's not where it ends, because I had people check for my Discord, and all of my Discord was not able to find this. There's many of these shots where people are like, hey, I found one. You look at it, it's once again, it's something wrong. It's either a reserve piece of gear or it has a property. If you look at all of these weren't able to do it. Multiple channels, people are looking for this, being like, hey, I found it. Hey, I found it. None of them are actually proper. Some people are sending screenshots of armor. This one here has an invocation property, but it's a reserve piece of gear, meaning it came from a different class, not from the intelligence classes. So we were not able to find, with everything in my disposal, all of the people, I contacted YouTube, Reddit, all of my Discords, I asked my friends that were playing the game, we have not found one single screenshot proof on European, East, or West servers that I have been able to have access to. There has not been a single piece of evidence that you can get invocations on these weapons. In my personal opinion, this is now myth busted. This is now myth fact. This is not conspiracy theory, it's conspiracy fact. You cannot get drops of new invocations on intelligence-based classes. The only way you can is by transferring an invocation from another class to it. It is working entirely on strength. It is not working on necromancer and wizard. This is not game breaking. It doesn't ruin a class. I don't need a pitchfork for this one, but it's definitely a confirmed bug that definitely will be addressed, reported, and I'm sure this will be fixed at some point. There is absolutely no way that it's mathematical impossibility at this point that nobody on any server doesn't have an invocation on primary weapon. We can put this one to bed. Subscribing improves my quality of life. Sponsors look at my channel. If they see I have a bigger number of subscribers than I did before, I get paid more. It's that simple. You're basically giving me a raise if you choose to subscribe. Thank you very much. See you on the next video.